What's up, YouTube? Using the crappy camera today because this new place, I can't figure out a way to get my good camera to stabilize. I really should have brought that box with me that I had at my old apartment. I didn't realize how good of a stabilizer it was, but it's all good. Maybe I'll find another box that serves the same purpose. Anyways, guys, something I want to talk about today is natural order is chaos. I get asked often, and I actually got asked recently in a comment yesterday. Dude was talking about good and evil, morals, clearly new to my channel, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I've got several videos where I talk about karma, morality, etc. I won't rehash too much on that here, but what you guys have got to understand is that morality is a human invented concept. Good and evil are human invented concepts. They don't exist in nature. They don't exist in the universe. Let me explain what I mean by that. The natural world is very chaotic. That's how order is maintained. Okay? If a starving bear, right now bears are omnivores, so this may not be the best example, but let's say a starving bear, needs something to eat, and the only thing available is your human baby. Okay, this bear hasn't eaten in weeks. He just got out of hibernation, and there's no vegetation for the bear to eat. So the only thing he can eat is meat. Would it be evil if he mauls your defenseless baby so he can survive for another day? Depends on who you ask. What I'm here to tell you is nothing in the universe, including humans, operate on the basis of good and evil. Everything in the universe operates on what it perceives to be survival. Even the pathogens that infest your body, their goal is not to kill you. Their goal is to survive. They just so happen to survive by fucking up your immune system. But that's how everything is in a nutshell. And the main reason I want to emphasize this point is, what did I say in some of my videos that are now becoming older? You got to go to the source and observe nature, right? The sun is very chaotic. Anybody that's ever studied astronomy, you know that the sun, how it breeds energy is a very chaotic process. One door exists to take you in and the other one just mirrors it. Blue Oyster Cult. Shout out to anybody that knows that song. Trees have a very chaotic process. Above the surface, we see calm, beautiful trees. But below the surface, they're fighting for survival just like human beings are. Okay? It's easily observable how animals fight for survival. Now, human beings, because we have free will, we have the power to tamper with what is natural. If you take a wild animal away from its wild environment and you give it all the food it'll ever need, you notice that not only does it become docile, but it begins to lose some of its natural instincts. It essentially becomes dependent on you for survival, to the point where there are some animals like dogs and wild cats that if you've ever taken them from the wild and you put them in your captivity for about 10 years, if they become so dependent on you for survival, should you kick them back out into nature, there's a very high chance that they can no longer survive. I saw a video and this dude has some balls, man. He found a baby eagle that was like abandoned or whatever, so he spent the next 5 years raising it. And he's a better man than me. I ain't going there no fucking eagle. Eagles are like eagles are very dangerous. I would rather be near a lion than an eagle because you can shoot a lion, right? It's a big target, and like even if it's charging you, you'll have a hard time missing a lion. Good luck shooting a fucking eagle that's attacking you. Like unless you're like the best marksman in the world, good luck, buddy. But I mean, so he raised this eagle, released him back. He brought order to the eagle and then released him back into chaos. Now, from what I've seen of the video, the eagle was doing pretty well in the wild, and even comes back to visit his friend every now and then. But a guy asked me, why is suffering allowed to happen? Why did the Holocaust happen? What you guys have got to understand is, in order for somebody to prosper, something else has to suffer. As above, so below. In order for you guys, we've all seen those happy images of bears just smiling. There's even YouTube videos of bears pulling up to people chilling and smiling, right? But what you guys have got to understand, in order for them to get to that happy, ordered state, they had to inflict chaos upon another living being. Even the bears that are just even the bears that just strictly eat plants, right? Because bears are omnivores, they eat whatever. But even the bears that aren't near any meat, you guys got to understand plants are living creatures too. Now there's an ongoing debate. There's an ongoing debate on like if plants have free will, because there's videos surfacing now of carnivorous plants coming up with ingenious ways to trap their prey when their regular tactics aren't sufficient. And there's an ongoing debate on like how sentient and just a bunch of like things like trees and plants and whatnot that we know are alive, that we know are intelligent. There's a debate as to like the level, because they can't speak to us in English. There's an ongoing debate on like what they actually feel and what's like their levels of intelligence, right? But with more visible creatures like animals, creatures that we know 100% feel pain, feel fear, feel happiness and sadness, similar to a mammal, we know 100% that these things feel, but they kill each other, right? In order for the predator to have order, it must feast and cause chaos on the prey. It's a cycle. In order for planet Earth to have order, a lot of planets around us have to have chaos. Saturn and Jupiter absorb the excess gas from the sun, so we have just enough oxygen, just enough helium, just enough hydrogen on planet Earth as to not suffocate in our own paradise. But in order for paradise known as Earth to be crafted the way it is, everything around Earth has to be chaotic. The sun is very chaotic. Venus is very chaotic. Jupiter is very chaotic. You guys get the picture. This is why suffering happens. I don't remember your name off the top of my head, the dude that typed that comment, but this is why suffering happens, because suffering is natural. Now, it's only when you take what is natural out of the equation that you begin to get confusion. See, I just explained that, sticking entirely to what is true and sticking to entirely what is natural. You only get confused when you start bringing in this human invented mumble jumble like God and morals and all this opinionated bullshit. My inner voice is telling me I'm saying too much, so let me try to wrap this up in a quick and efficient way. Okay? If you live your life, morals contradict, truth does not contradict. Good and evil contradicts, truth does not contradict. If you live your life basing your core thought process on contradictions, you will never see what is true. Now, I get it. What I just explained may make some of you guys, especially those of y'all new to the channel, I'm actually surprised I'm still getting new viewers, since my channel is basically shadow banned. People have told me that they can't find my channel unless they click on a link to one of my videos, but I don't really complain. I like to keep my channel small, so as long as there's not too many new people, I'm not going to complain. But I talk about often on my channel how the root word of belief is lie. And that's not a coincidence. The people that rule over you know exactly what they're doing because they understand natural law. They've mastered natural law. They mastered natural law a very long time ago, and they teach it to their families, right? Is what it is. The reason this is important is because they base their decisions off of what is natural, what is true, and what benefits them. Because they don't have morality and morals blocking their judgments, they're able to make sound, rational, consistent decisions that keep them in a position of power. You could argue the Holocaust is one of the many power plays that they've been doing since, time immemorial. But what I want you to understand, the guy that asked me this question, suffering exists because suffering is natural. Natural order is chaos. In order for there to be order, there has to be chaos. In order for there to be prosperity, there has to be destruction. Okay? You can't have one without the other. When you see it this way, see, because the thing about good and evil, what is good and what is evil? It's 100% opinionated and it always contradicts. And despite what people claim out loud, nobody makes decisions based off of morality. You want to see a person's true morality? Put them in a situation to where they have to survive and watch how quickly they abandon the morals that they claim they have. Or put themselves in a situation to where they can obtain what they want if they contradict their morality. You'll see a lot of motherfuckers don't have morals despite what they claim. Me personally, I've always said I'm amoral. Right? I don't care about morality. I only operate based off of what is true and what is natural. Okay? Got many videos talking about that. So to wrap this video up, okay, you're taught from birth the tree of knowledge of good and evil, so that way you don't understand natural law. It's an intentional blockade. Religion, God, and morality, the purpose of all of these things is to serve two purposes. One, to keep you walking in the wrong direction so you focus on garbage that doesn't matter, like opinions, beliefs, philosophies, good, evil, and morality, instead of actually focusing on what is important, what is natural, and what is true. When you focus on what is natural and what is true, and you remove all the opinionated nonsense, you begin to see things the way they actually are. Catch you in the next video, guys. By the way, I don't mind answering questions. I'll pretty much answer any question when time allows me to. But those of you guys that are new to the channel, I want you guys to hear what is being said and then, go straight to the source and use your own free will to find out what is true. Because while I can claim that I'm telling you the truth, you'll never know 100% unless you verify it with your own eyes. See you on the next video.